today I want to talk about refining your value proposition. So recently I did a survey of a whole lot of business owners, came from LinkedIn and various places, and one of the things that I uncovered was that people don't really see the value in refining your value proposition. So my question really was, or got me thinking, why do people not really aren't really interested in refining their value proposition? And I think it's actually one of those things where we don't actually see that understanding our value proposition is really important and clarifying it so that we can actually deliver it effectively to our existing or future clients. So I got to thinking about that and why it's so important. And I want to just get that across today, that if you can take the time to refine your value proposition, well, should you choose to accept, I think you should understand it from this perspective. So first of all, the question is, well, what's value made up of? Okay, so and value is made up of 4 components. Okay, so most people don't understand what the drivers of value are, but there are 4 components. First component is your capability, and I'll put that into context. So for argument's sake, a plumber has to have a ticket to be a plumber, or an electrician has to have a ticket to wire your house, so that's basic capability. Or a doctor has to have been to medical school, insurance agent has to have all the right qualifications, whatever. Or in a bigger business, you need to be able to prove capability. That's the first pillar. Second pillar is uniqueness. Okay, so if you want to tip the value versus cost scales in your favor, linking capability and uniqueness together gives you a bit of leverage. Okay, so there's 4 pillars, and these are the first 2. So let's say you're in the building industry and you decide you want to build pools. So that would make you unique, and you'd start to work towards owning that niche. Or if you're an electrician, you could start to burrow down a track towards being either have a specialism in, say, solar panels, or another one, say, in spa pools, for argument's sake, whatever the case may be. So when I work with clients to refine their value proposition, we look really closely at their core competencies and what makes them unique, and try and tie that together with their capability. Okay, third pillar is the needs of the customer. So if your uniqueness and capability matches the needs, you're in the game. So you start to be able to tip the scales in favor of value. And the fourth pillar is time, the closing window of opportunity. So it's quite a complex concept. And I call this the value pyramid. So capability, uniqueness, needs, and time. And if you get all those working against cost, you can actually tip the scales in favor of your value. And the marketplace will understand what your value is, and then you're not forced to compete on price all the time. So that's why understanding your value proposition is so important. And I'm really miffed as to why companies don't understand why it's important to clarify that, because when you do, it makes going forward in the marketplace a whole lot easier. That's it for now. Talk to you soon.